It was introduced 6 years ago, and the emergency loan system continues to be essential for our Football League clubs, nowhere more so than at Macclesfield, who've made 4 loan signings since the last week in January, 3 of them on an emergency basis.
Well, for clubs like in our position, you know, in the lower echelons, if you like, that can't carry massive squads, it's a godsend for us. You know, we've had 12 frontline players out. We've managed to get 4 in on loan, which is seen us through.
As well as having the summer to bring in players, clubs have a month in January, and it's during the latter part of the season that having a small squad can really take its toll. Currently, other options are available. Though the January transfer window closes on the 31st of that month, emergency loans can still be arranged outside of this period. Now, we've tried to get hold of FIFA spokespersons who come on the programme to talk about the decision to abolish the system. Instead, we got a statement.
English football has not been observing the guidelines of FIFA. An emergency loan is no longer an emergency, and England must fall in line with the rest of Europe and the rest of the world. When a player moves clubs through a loan deal, it is still considered a transfer, and there are 2 transfer windows that English football will have to abide by.
We've had, you know, operations, metatarsals, hernia operations, groins, hamstrings, calves. At one stage, I'd only got 2 defenders in the squad. And I'd only got, well, I ain't got a keeper fit, so obviously if we lost that facility, we would have been absolutely snookered.
Macclesfield aren't alone in needing emergency cover. Rochdale currently have 3 standard emergency loanees. Bury, Accrington and Crewe have 2, Oldham and Preston both have 1. Meanwhile, bringing in players under the separate category of emergency youth loan signings will also be restricted. Had that been the case now, Bury wouldn't have been able to make a short-term signing like the teenage West Brom striker Latif Elford Aliou.
The youth loans are really emergency loans because they came within that window or outside the transfer window. I just think as well, in terms of clubs with small financial budgets, you know, we can't be taking players on that aren't going to be involved on a regular basis. So to be able to just go and get somebody for a month or 2 months, which means it's not restricting us financially, is a big help for us.
And the benefits aren't just for small clubs, according to the Players' Union.
On average, I think we've probably had some 300 to 400 such loans for the past 5 or 6 seasons. Half of those players will be probably young Premier League players, and I think that's good for everybody.
When the emergency loan system is abolished, is that not good for some of your members, young players at lower league teams, to get a chance to step up to the first team? Because
yes, it can, in fairness. That's the other side of the argument with regard to windows, that when there's no opportunity to get players, then they have to give their own youngsters a chance.
You know, if we're good enough, we'll play them. But certainly, I'm also conscious of the fact that sometimes you can, you know, play them too early, play them too often. The young boy Hewitt that we've got is a terrific prospect, absolutely terrific. But he's played a hell of a lot of football for the 17-year-olds, you know. We gave him his debut when he was 16. So you've got to be very careful in how you handle these young lads.
As our lower league clubs await the implications of change, FIFA's announced a consultation period to consider the whole transfer window structure. Scrapping emergency loans may just be the start.